And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth. Centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, architecture, generators, and so much more. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, where our number one goal is to educate, enlighten, entertain, but most importantly, engage in an effort to help you win in any marketplace. No matter what you're facing out there, we want to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, I want you to pull out your smartphone and save our Consumer Advocate Hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894. Don't forget our number. We want you to save it in your phone, as well as bookmark realestateradiotampa.com. Please bookmark our website, blog site, a plethora of information there available. Also, links to all of our expert contributors that you're going to hear today. You can see the expert contributors' contact information on the expert contributors tab at realestateradiotampa.com. As well as if you're on a smartphone or maybe in front of your computer, pull up the website and click on the live stream link, and you can watch us live in studio here with the cameras that we have in studio and see our TV show version of the show. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. And this segment is brought to you by my health team, consisting of Michael Vogt. He's an expert massage therapist here in Tampa Bay with Back In Health Massage, helping people with neck, back, shoulder, hip, and leg pain feel better. Located at Del Mabry and Gunn Highway, and he's voted top 10 massage services in Tampa Bay, as voted by the Tampa Bay Business Journal's Best in the Biz Awards. Is Michael Vogt. Expert massage therapist, does a great job giving massages, stretching, as well as active isolation stretch. Very well versed in all types of massage therapy. As well as part two of my health team, giving a shout out to Ray Milton with Ray's Vegan Soul, where I'll hit you with a flavor. That's his tagline. He's going to hit you with a flavor, cooks these awesome meals, vegetarian-style meals, awesome food, organic food. And for me, I carry it with me in my vehicle as I'm going from appointment to appointment during the day, or on the weekends, I bring it with me on the boat. That way I'm not pulling into these fast food restaurants, and I'm not putting bad products into my body. I'm taking care of my body because what else do we have in this world if we don't have our health? It's so important to do that. We got an open house going on as well this Sunday over at 9802 Wood Bay Drive in Tampa. It's in the West Chase subdivision, 1,800 square feet, beautiful property. By the way, West Chase was just voted top number one in the United States to places to live. Voted number one is West Chase for families, for family living. So, obviously, lots of golf and pools and walking, jogging courses, lots of awesome places. 9802 Wood Bay Drive in Tampa. Beautiful property, just hit the market, $369,000, and a great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also have a beach property here available at 13235 Gulf Boulevard, number 409. This is a condo-tel in Madeira Beach. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath property. There's an on-site pool. Walk across the street, and you're in the sugar sands of Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right. So we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio. Every day we're your most important hour on air, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also on the weekends, we have a show on 102.5 The Bone on Sunday mornings. And so let's go around the horn here. We've got some expert contributors in studio, Intelligent Talk Radio, and I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me to help entertain, educate, enlighten, and engage, help you win in any marketplace. So first up is going to be Rob with Generex Generators. Welcome in, sir.
Brandon, thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Excellent.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about why do I need a home standby generator for my home or my business? If I didn't budget for it this season, how do I get it this hurricane season and get it installed so we're ready just in case a power outage is on its way? We have a lot of storms that just pop up out of the middle of nowhere, and right now we're in that time to where we want to get it installed as soon as possible. Then also we'll talk about a little tech, some nice stuff that's out now, like monitoring systems that are cellular based and use iPhone or Droid apps.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Also in studio, Jerel McCants, McCants Architecture. Welcome back in, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. I'm always glad to be here. I got a couple of items I'd like to talk about, and they focus around innovation and recreation. It's kind of what we do as architects, and the innovative part will be the restaurant scene that's emerging in the area of Seminole Heights, and the recreation aspect will be those items that we see that will be focused on house repairs, remodels, and a lot of that's going on this summer, and a lot of people saving up money to have some new work done, or even potentially buy a house and remodel to suit the contemporary needs and kind of bring that house up to date.
Awesome. Yeah, love that. Great idea. You also have two great mortgage partners that are associated with the show. They have these renovation loans where you can go in and you can finance that money through a refinance, or even on your purchase, you can do the 203K renovation loans. Awesome. So Jerel McCants, McCants Architecture, more from him, as well as back in studio, Manny Polizzi, Electric Today. Welcome in.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. Glad to be back again here. And today we're going to be talking about how to prep your home for storm season, how to do some maintenance on your home so that when you're in storm season, if you kick over to generator power, everything works properly so that you can maintain your living level during the storm.
Awesome. Yeah, some great synergy in the room. Real estate roundtable discussion going on today on the Real Estate Quarterback Show. So let's start off over here with Rob with generators. What else are you seeing out there, man?
Well, this time of year obviously is our busy season because it is storm season, and our likelihood of a power outage is much greater, not only for just, your normal residential, but there's a lot of home-based businesses that are out there that, if they lose power for just a short period of time, their computers are down, their phone systems are down.
Yep.
If you're a business at that point, your cash registers are down. You can't collect any money. So this helps keep not only the lights on, but most importantly, your security system on too. So that way, during that outage, it's late at night. You never know what can happen. So it's just another peace of mind, a sense of security.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this world we live in. Everybody's connected. You got the iPads, the iPhones, the cell phones, the home-based computers, and sometimes a server in your home, the security systems. Everything's so dependent on your electricity, and it doesn't have to be a storm out there for the electric to go off. The power grid, as we all know, the infrastructure is aging. So, I think that's one of the misconceptions that happens too, Rob, is people think, oh, it has to be a storm for the power to go off. A lot of times could be a car accident, could be so many different things.
It's so true. And an interesting little tidbit, since 1990, the demand for electricity has increased 400%, yet our grids are, for the most part, still the same.
Wow.
So especially our customers in South Tampa that, they have a little bit larger homes, and there's a lot of businesses in that same area. Some of these houses have 3, 4, 5 air conditioning units.
Wow.
They see power outages on a daily basis.
Wow, interesting. So it's something to consider. And Generex generators, they are a leader in the industry, well respected. Also working on businesses as well. A lot of IT centers utilize your services.
That is correct. The reason why not only are we with Generac's the #1 selling home standby generator brand, and not only are we obviously a generator installation dealership, that is all we do. We don't do we don't do anything but generators. So we're not moonlighting in the generator business. This is our heart and soul. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And the main thing I see it too a lot of times with the businesses and the phones that we use. We're utilizing social media with the phones. We're potentially having a PayPal or a cash register system, a point of sale type system. When that goes down, your business is down, and so. What a great opportunity to reach out to Generex generators here in Tampa Bay. Remind you, go to our website. You can see all the contact information for all of our partners at realestateradiotampa.com and also our consumer hotline. We're going to have an offer here coming up soon. But you can text in for an offer to our hotline at 917-1894. But yeah, so it's not just a cash outlay. You do have some options as far as financing goes.
Yeah, we have a couple of my two favorites are we have a 0% interest. We have a no payments for 12 months. We have a combination of the two together. So plenty of options out there. There are many more than that. But, like I said, you might not have budgeted for this season. However, we can still get it installed, keep the lights on for you. Especially if you're a business. Businesses, some of our clients say that they make more money during a power outage, because at that point they're the only people with the lights on, so they draw that attention. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting scenario, man. More from our experts in studio. We're talking today. We're going to have more from Rob with Generex Generators, and also Manny Polizzi Electric today, as well as Jerel McCants with McCants Architecture. We have a real estate roundtable discussion here on the Real Estate Quarterback Show, where our number one goal is to help educate, entertain, enlighten, engage. We want to make you a bit more street smart. We want to help you avoid a lot of that commission-based advice that's out there and avoid that commission breath. And you know, we have a turnkey solution here with over 80 show partners now, ranging from CPAs, financial advisors, 7 or 8 different types of attorneys, health side of our show. We've got the recreation side of our show. So many ways that we can help you win. So stay with us. The best is yet to come. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, Real Estate Radio Tampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. Been featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, Tampa Bay Business Journal, and the Tribune, recognized for innovations with marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. And by the way, there is a lack of inventory out there. If you're a seller out there potentially thinking about selling your home, we would love to hear from you. We have a free value offer. If you text value to our hotline, we're going to give you a free comparable market analysis on your home. Basically the same thing. You pay $500 for an appraisal. We're going to give you this free comparable market analysis, compliments of Platinum MVP Realty, Real Estate Quarterback Show. And our hotline again is 813-917-1894.
Welcome to my house.
And this segment is brought to you by the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job on our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guarantees by the Maids Cleaning Service. And they do a great job. 4 fine folks come in and out. They're cleaning the property, leaving it smelling good and looking good. And referred for a reason is the Maids. And also Smart Move Moving and Storage, the official moving partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Say hello to Hannah over at Smart Move Moving and Storage. And we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, beautiful South Tampa here. And I got a property of the month. Our featured listing of the month is 414 South Royal Palm Way in Tampa. Beautiful beach park property in the 33609 area code. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath. Over 4,800 square feet of heated living area, listed at $1.195 million. Great buying opportunity at 414 South Royal Palm Way. And I got another property right around the corner on Beach Park Drive. It's 4618 West Beach Park Drive, Tampa, 33609. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 1 half bath, and it's listed at $799,000, 2,556 square feet for this beautiful property. So check out our website for details, realestateradiotampa.com. So before the break, we were talking with Rob from Generex Generators. I want to go back to him and make a couple points here about some of the financing options with the property or with the generators, as well as the there's a free pressure washer offer you got going over there.
That is correct, yeah. We've partnered with a new exciting financing company that will take care of, 12 months, no interest, no payments, so that way you can have it now, have it while it's in the season, get it installed, and then worry about paying for it later. So that's a great thing to have. Also, you were bringing about that pressure washer offer. So what we have is if you refer someone to us that goes ahead and has a home standby or a business system installed, at that point we'll provide a Generac 2800 PSI pressure washer.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that for the first 5 listeners who text in. If you have a referral, somebody that might want to purchase a generator, someone in your family or maybe even a friend, and you refer them over to Rob with Generex Generators, they're going to have a free pressure washer for you. So let's do that for the first 5 listeners who text the word generator to 813-917-1894. Text Generex Generator to 813-917-1894. If you happen to have somebody that might just want to even sit down with you, have a consultation with Rob, he'll come out there and give you the pros and cons, go over some of the pricing and the financing options.
Correct.
So awesome. Yeah, that's great. Great offer. Appreciate you bringing that into the show today for our listeners out there.
Thank you.
And let's go ahead and bring Jerel McCants into the conversation. Jerel McCants, he's the owner of McCants Architecture, won Small Business of the Year award, I believe, last year with the Chamber of Commerce. And longtime partner of the show. Welcome back in, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for always having me here. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of construction. We always talk about how the boom of downtown. A lot of good things happening in Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. No better place in the United States, in my opinion. I just stayed on the beach this past weekend for the 4th over at Stan Key, and gosh, everywhere you're driving around, there's new hotels, condos going up. Great place to be working, and playing.
Yeah. And St. Pete actually, they have a construction company that's going to be building another high-rise downtown. I have a colleague of mine that's going to start working on that. So it's a lot of mid-rise and high-rise that is going to be developed on both sides of the bay.
Yeah. I mean, it's we had dinner at the Opal restaurant over there on Clearwater Beach. Just like beautiful ambiance. It's very nice restaurant, and no beach right there, but they got a very nice pool. But let's talk about that. What you were kind of teasing as well with the trendy neighborhood scene in the Seminole Heights area.
Yeah, I think if you see some of your viewers have been up in the Seminole Heights area lately. There's been an emergence of boutique restaurants that's sprung out over the past 3 to 4 years, and we have actually are working on one right now. It's breaking ground, and they're laying the foundations as we speak, and it'll probably be up and open for business probably by the end of the year. And it fits into that same theme of having these specialized restaurants. So when you drive up, between Florida and Hillsborough, you'll see these. Sometimes they're breweries, and most of them are just specialized restaurants that have a particular aspect of service that is really carving and creating a new niche and a pleasing identity for that area outside of just being a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, and a lot of things downtown too now happening. They're talking about putting in a big grocery store and a lot of development down there. What do you see downtown?
Yeah, and even in Channelside, you see like there's been that area has had a peak, and now it's kind of declining. And then there's new ownership that came in. It's going to redevelop that channel side area, entertainment area, and there's been plans to have some mid-rises there right in that corner. And then also there's been plans to have a 2-level Publix where you put your card on an escalator and goes up to a second floor, and then you work your way down, kind of like a Kia concept. But there's several things in the works, and that's one thing that downtown Tampa doesn't have in its core is that that infrastructure of a restaurant, a large restaurant box chain that can supply all the new residents that are coming into that area.
Yeah, it's interesting. We only have a certain amount of space to play with, so they're going vertical as much as they can, and that's where they might want to bring in Jerel McCants architecture, into the scene, and you're going to help them plan out those types of developments.
Yeah, and even with the Vinnick plan, they have their own ideas about creating, but all that kind of comes together. Everything's planned out with different entities, but then they all come together and things shake out, and you'll see some pleasant changes come out in the next 5 years or so down there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and that's really cool too. I think it's important. It's very notable is that the Vinnick the whole team, they're talking about developing the first wellness district in the United States of America.
Yeah, and they've been very conscientious about having not to just provide drive aisles for automobiles, but to have hiking, biking, walking trails that are integrated, and to make downtown more people oriented.
Right.
And that's what you need. You don't really need to have 9 to 5 workers where they come in and park the cars in the garage and then leave, and at 5 o'clock is the downtown's pretty dead.
Yep.
But what a resurgence has been, and even in my hometown of Chattanooga, has been they've been focused on making that area more of a people-friendly atmosphere where you can walk to certain destinations, and then they'll have parks integrated in between for people to rest and to take in and absorb what a downtown used to be like back in the day, where it was there were small corners of where those entities all combined into one area. But now downtowns are larger, they're spread out, and they become more industrial or more business oriented. But you need to bring the community back into downtown where people can hang out and have fun for free.
Yeah, that's right. More pedestrian friendly, more green spaces, utilizing the awesome waterfront areas that we have down there, creating, implementing. It's such a fine line of implementing the recreation with the industrial, with the residential, the housing, the business, grocery shopping.
Right. Yeah.
So it's such a fine line of putting all those together, blending them properly, and allowing for that.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can see what this already started, especially with the Downtown Museum of Art. How the museum is not positioned directly on Ashley. It's positioned off to the side, and the park takes more precedence. So people have those views out to the water, and then that park has become a concert venue, and it's actually activated and stimulated that part of downtown. Then lately, about a year ago, they created another park on the extreme east side of downtown that's has those same type of features, where the main amenity is the park itself, and then you have other infrastructure around it to serve people hanging out there. That's Perry Harvey Park.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so it's such a fine balance that you have when you're looking at a downtown area. And either way you go, we want you reaching out to Jerel McCants Architecture and help you with your planning. You're doing commercial, residential planning.
Yep, we do it both.
Types.
Yeah, we do commercial, residential. We do a little bit of military work because of the strong military presence here and McDill Air Force Base. We do a mix of everything to suit particular needs.
That's awesome. Yep, more from Jerel McCants Architecture. We're also going to bring Manny Polizzi with Electric Today into the conversation, and we're going to hear more as well from Rob with Generex Generators, talking about how there's a lot of crossover banter here that we're going to get into about how when you put these generators in place, Manny's going to bring up some of the tips that he can bring to the table with his years of experience in electrical work, air conditioning work here in Tampa Bay, and so. We want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial wheel, and each spoke extending out representing another one of our preferred partners, over 80 show partners now, and we all want to educate and help you win and engage you with these different types of scenarios that are going to play out in your life. So stay with us. The best is yet to come. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, your host here, Real Estate Quarterback Show, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio. And this segment is brought to you by Hula Bay, the official restaurant partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Go down to Hula Bay. Check it out. Beautiful waterfront ambiance right here in beautiful South Tampa, located on the south side of Gandy, west of West Shore there, right on Tyson. And it's close to Freedom Boat Club over there in South Tampa, as well as Duke's Surfer Bar. Great place to hang out on the weekends. And go say hello to Mike Finnegan. He's the manager over there. Let him know Brandon Rhymes, the Real Estate Quarterback, sent you for a free water with lemon. He's going to take care of you. He's going to hook you up. Just kidding there. But, hey, we have a lot of fun with the show. We got some great intelligent talk radio in studio here. And we're going to touch on a couple of hot listings that we got. I got 9802 Wood Bay Drive in Tampa. Just hit the market in West Chase. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,800 square feet. Beautiful pool home, completely renovated, remodeled, updated. $369,000. Great buying opportunity here in Tampa Bay, as well as a commercial opportunity at 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. Great buying opportunity. $650,000 for a 1,900 square foot commercial building, currently set up as a restaurant at 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. Up to 30 parking spaces as well, and some great buying opportunities here at beautiful Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, first segment we heard from Rob with Generex Generators, and we also were talking with Jerel McCants with McCants Architecture before the break, and we're going to bring Manny Polizzi into the conversation with Electric today. But I think it's important to note also, Jerel, you also help people with when they're going to look at remodeling a current existing property.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of times we get calls from clients or potential clients to come out and look at their property, and they'll have money in hand or financing through a mortgage company or lender, and everything ready, good to go. But then there's a problem, like they may not have the property area, the buildable area on their lot to expand. They may run into setback issues, or side setbacks or rear setbacks that may limit their expansion down to a feasibility concern. Like you don't want to do an addition to your house that's not going to bring the value of it that you are looking for,
right,
because you have these setback issues. So it's kind of a balancing act where you want to tell the client, well, you want to do the job, but then is it going to be worth going out an extra 6 feet, to create like a small addition? Is probably not feasible. So you want to be able to check those items and have that vetted before you get so far down the road and then find out that you can't even build a project. So it's always good to do your research and look and find out what your property is zoned for. A lot of the information is on the Hillsborough County Property Appraiser. If you're in Hillsborough County, each municipality has their own property appraiser website. If you don't have those documentations from in your closing when you purchase your home, or also just maybe call us out or have that, or know that there's going to be site issues you have to get through just to get that permit to build.
Right, yeah. The permitting process can take a lot longer than people expect sometimes as well.
Yeah, especially right now because there's a lot of construction going on. As you could drive around town and see a lot of residential and commercial, and they all get funneled through one or two construction services departments, either in the city or the county, and they only have limited staff. So sometimes projects can be in permitting for 3 to 4 months. Just because they're backlogged, and that's how it is right now. We've had projects last half a year just to get something out through permitting. So it's not really anyone's fault. It's just the sign of the times. Everything is picking up pretty rapidly, and they don't have the staff to cover the amount of permits that are being applied for.
Yeah, absolutely. Housing starts are up, construction starts are up, which is great news for Tampa Bay. We see that everywhere we drive around. That there's investment in infrastructure going on. There's single family homes going up, hotels, construction, condominium projects.
Right.
Great place to live, work, and play. We're very well, and I believe insulated to a certain extent. Sometimes we hear these national numbers, and some of these knucklehead reporters will write, "Oh, well, is there another bubble coming?" Or they'll even say that there is a bubble coming. Not here in Tampa Bay.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes there's a fear. There's a fear that people may think that there's a bubble that's coming down the road, and that may hinder them from investing. But you just kind of have to move forward and strategize and plan to balance your funding appropriately, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, especially with real estate, it's such a great asset class because it's an insurable asset. It's most likely going to appreciate.
Yes.
Even if it slows down, it might appreciate at 3 to 5% a year. That's still healthy.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and bring Manny Polizzi in the conversation here. Manny Polizzi with Electric today. What's going on, Manny?
A lot of things are going on. It's a busy time for us also, and just to pick up on what Jerel was talking about a little bit. If you're going to put an addition on your house, you got to have your service checked out, make sure it's adequate enough to handle it, or you're going to have to upgrade that, which is an additional expense. So all these things ahead of time you should check out, even on the kitchen remodel, adding extra circuits for new appliances, and people want extra stoves and cooktops and microwave and convection ovens. They want all that stuff added to their kitchen. You got to have the capacity to do all that. So it's very good, like you said, to check up front on if your building is going to be able to handle it, or what the additional expense is going to be, which is the most important part.
Yeah, especially if it's an older property, you're looking at an older infrastructure in terms of the breakers and the wiring in there. Yeah. Manny, maybe you could speak to that. Sometimes we'll have these real estate transactions going on, and then there will be, whoops, you've got the old style wiring in the attic.
If you have the old style wiring, whether it's knob and tube, the old cloth wiring, or the ungrounded system in the older homes, you pretty much, in a lot of cases, have to rewire the home. So you should, again, investigate into that to see, what the expenses are going to be. So a lot of the older homes around here, they're beautiful homes. People want to renovate them and keep them. and which is very good for the area. And so you just got to check it out a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so we talked also in the first segment with Rob about Generex generators and the storm season. So I know you brought some talking points today about, when the power goes out, some checklist things.
Yeah, the minute storm season comes or people get and know that on the news that, okay, there's a possible hurricane coming through here or a storm, the first thing they think of, okay, do I have enough food? Do I have enough water? They don't think about their home, They think they're fine as long as their roof doesn't blow off. But, you can prep your home for storm season so that in the event we do get hit with a storm, you do have a power outage, your generator kicks on, things like that. Your home is going to stay working for you. Nothing's going to break down during the storm because during the storm, everybody's going to be busy. You might be on a waiting list to get repairs done.
Right.
So, the first thing you should do to prep your home is get surge protection. Mm-hmm. You should have full house protection from surges. We have surges in our homes every day, but they're more frequent, they're more intense during storm season with the power going on and off more frequently, more lightning strikes, things like that, from that. So you should have surge protection in your entire home. You should have your panel, do a panel tune-up, which we do. We check all your breakers. We tighten up all the connections. We exercise your breakers, turning them on and off to get them all cleared and ready to go. Make sure there's no warm breakers, because surges will find the problems. So they'll find if you have a weak breaker and a surge comes through, it'll blow it out, and then you're without power in that certain part of the home, or it could blow out your air conditioner circuit, and then you have no air. So maintaining your home, check your outlets, and also one thing that we like to tell people is put some outdoor lights on. If you don't have outdoor lighting around your home, put some lights around there so that during the storm you can see what's going on. If you're lucky enough to have power or a generator, so you can see what's going on around you. That's a good point that we try to make for the people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like the idea of having Manny Polizzi Electric today over, have him and his team come over and check out the breaker panel. See, it's one of these things that we want to help you think a layer deeper. And, a lot of times we just get in the average daily. We're doing the daily routine. We don't think about these things that can help you, in these situations. And, if you've experienced being out of power for hours or days, you'll realize the importance of that.
Yeah, it's very important, and people don't think about it because you don't see anything electric in your home. You don't see the wires behind the wall. You don't see the panel on a day-to-day basis. So it's really you don't think about it. So that's something that when storm season comes around or any time during the year, think about maintaining your electrical system and your panel especially because your panel is the heart of your home. It runs everything.
And you can check out the ACs too, right?
Yes, we do AC work also. We can do an AC tune-up for you and check out your system, which should be done like early May, the beginning of the season, so that you're comfortable all summer long.
Yeah. That's a great idea to do that. And when it comes to electric today, I want to get some crossover in with Rob here with the Generex generators, what he sees as well when it comes to putting in these systems, working with the existing electrical panels and breaker boxes. We don't have a lot of time in this segment. We're going to come back. We're going to touch on that, and we're going to have some crossover opportunities amongst our expert contributors here in studio. And we're also going to talk about Tampa set to get daily nonstop flights to Havana, Cuba. Great article just came out News Channel 8 today talking about Southwest flying direct to Cuba. So interesting content, great place to live, work, and play here in Tampa Bay. More from our expert contributors here in studio, and we're going to help make you just a bit more street smart out there, help you win in any marketplace, avoid a lot of commission-based advice that you find. And again, over 80 show partners with our show. Check out realestateradiotampa.com, and don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by Target Surveying. Official Target Surveying is the surveying company that we utilize, as well as Florida Firearms Academy. Say hello to Kevin Wild over at Florida Firearms Academy. Help you get your concealed permit and safely handle your firearms. And so we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio. Before the break, we talked about Tampa set to get daily nonstop flights to Havana, Cuba. Tampa is one of 10 cities that have been tentatively, easy for me to say, approved flights to Havana, Cuba. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced on Thursday morning. Tampa to Havana is here. Southwest Airlines is offering daily nonstop service to Cuba, thanks to Representative Castor, who made it possible, who helped make it possible. Tampa International Airport said in a tweet, and also following his 8 other cities will have direct flights to Cuba. So, interesting. It's only a short plane ride away. General conversation, general reaction, guys.
Well, for me, I think it's awesome. I always want to go to Cuba just because of the historic. They preserve the historic architecture there. And it's been something I would like to see. And so now that I can hop on a plane and get over there, and come back pretty quickly, I think it's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Do you have any safety concerns about that, Manny?
It seems like they got it under control now. And, and the more people that go there from this area, or that the area is designated to go there, I think they'll make it more secure for everybody. And for us, it's a great short trip to a nice little vacation spot. You don't have to spend a day traveling. It's just a couple hour, maybe not even 1 hour flight down from here.
Yeah, another item place to see that you check off the bucket list, so to speak. There,
yeah,
that'd be a neat little quick vacation. A lot of times, when you're working, you're busy. I like to do the Thursday through Sunday, Monday type deal. Get the weekends in, and work hard, play hard, set something up 4 or 5, 6 weeks out. That's your payday that you're working hard to. When you're working those extra hours, a lot of times, self-employed business owners, many of us, and you're out there, you're busting your butt, you're working hard every day, building that legacy, for your family, and it's good to have that. It's good to have that trip. Went to Key West a few weeks back with Captain Will Smith. We flew down to Key West and did a little fishing trip down there. But things like that is, it's kind of like your payday for working so hard.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's nice that you said that. I've started doing that the past year or so. It's just take smaller trips, maybe every quarter.
Right.
And it does kind of, refreshing you and recharge you. And it maybe only be 3-day trip, but it lowers the stress, and it, makes you refocus you. And then when you're back, you're off, to the ground and running. So, yeah, I think it's a great thing to do that.
That's right. When you're back at work, you work hard, you keep your head down, and then you focus, and you have something to look forward to. So let's go ahead around the horn here. Let's go ahead and enter the lightning round. All right, top consumer tips, things to do, things to avoid. Rob, you're up first. Generex generators.
One thing is, like you just said, be prepared in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, we'd love for you to, have power on, keep the lights on, keep the security system going, making sure your garage doors working. You've been in Florida for quite some time, right?
Yep, born and raised.
Now, I want you to imagine your life without power in our heat. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, man, just sweat.
Air conditioning and fans are a must, so thinking about that. Also, I'm a big eater, so I think about food. So I want that refrigerator going. Even some people have medicine in their refrigerators too. They keep that cold.
Right.
So a lot of points to it.
Yeah, if you ever had that experience of your air conditioning going out and the repair company not being able to get there till the next day or the next day after that, you got as many fans as you go. You open the window, it doesn't help much, but you got the air conditioning or the fans flowing. But yeah, great point. Jerel McCants.
Yeah, I mean, just to stay on the electrical theme, just quite recently I came back from a trip and noticed that when I tried to do some yard work and my outlets around the perimeter outside of my house weren't working. So I had to go and check that GFCI breaker and test it and try to make that operating again. So it's good to go out there and monitor and make sure like all your outlets are working, even if you're not using them. Because right now, it's the time of year where there could be power outages and spikes and transformers blowing because the people are overrunning their house, keeping it cool during the hot months, and you want to make sure that your house is up and running and working properly.
Yeah, absolutely. Manny Polizzi.
Now, the best thing I could say is do maintenance. Maintenance in your home. Check out your panel, get it maintained. Check out your AC unit, get that maintained. Try a little preventive maintenance so that you don't wait for things to break.
Right.
Little preventative maintenance will go a long way to help your keep your house up and running properly.
Yeah, and if you catch it early too, you could save a lot of money because
That's
something
true,
not
yep.
blowing out, especially with the surge protector you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, surge protector will save you lots of money down the road. And maintaining your air conditioner will save you lots of money down the road. Don't wait till it breaks. Get it checked out ahead of time. Do a little preventive maintenance for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna talk to you after the show about that. I want to get mine done. Get mine checked out. Let's go around the horn again. Let's go top consumer tips, things to do, things to avoid. Help our listeners out there avoid commission-based advice. Help make them more street smart. Rob, you're up.
One thing that we recommend when you're getting a quote on a generator, we actually invite you to talk to other people, get some quotes, and actually listen to what they're saying, listen to what they're offering. Don't make a haste decision right away. So we always like to be basically the last person that comes and sees you, so that way you can see the difference between a generator only company. So
yeah, it's important a lot of times too. Real estate too. Example, you see apples and oranges. People aren't comparing things properly because it's a different scenario that's being portrayed. So Generex generators, I know highly respected in the industry, top notch quality as well.
Yes, thank you.
Jerel McCants.
Yep, I have a tip. If those listeners out there are looking to invest in a property, they should probably do it right now. I think it's a good time, a prime opportunity to look at. If you have your eye on a property and you're going back and forth about it, you should probably start the process now and contact Brandon and see what's possible later on in the year. I think things are going to be a little bit higher, a little harder to obtain. So if you're looking to invest in property, you should probably start that process immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many times people wait if they're going to, if they're a cash buyer, that's one thing. They can find off-market properties. We got a great relationship with a real estate partner that has these off-market properties, Net Worth Realty, Emmanuel and his team. With Net Worth, if you're a cash buyer, you can buy off-market. They can, search opportunities through probate leads, foreclosure sales. So many ways to get off-market buys. And then if you're a finance buyer, a lot of times people wait till pull their credit. That's one of the challenges we see is they'll wait and then they'll pull their credit at the last minute. And then they have, we all know that we live in this cybersecurity, endangerment world where, people's credit are getting hacked. You got identity theft. So we want you reaching out to William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician. He's going to help you with your credit. And we've got two really good lenders that are associated with this show, local lenders here in Tampa Bay, local offices that you can actually walk in, sit down, talk to. And, of course, you can do it electronically and digitally as well. But, shout out to Kurt Lorden over at Interlink Mortgage, Tampa location, Safety Harbor location, as well as Mark and Tony with Integrity Financial Services. They've got these awesome renovation loans as well that we talked about earlier in the show. So you got the renovation option where you can finance your repairs into the deal. And a lot of resources here with the Real Estate Quarterback Show to help you win no matter what you're facing. Manny Polizzi.
Yeah, the best tip we can give everybody is get your surge protection checked out. Make sure you have the proper units on your home. Maintain your home, both electrical and AC. I'd like to mention, I belong to the couple of Chamber of Commerces and this area, and they gave a report on the economic development of this area. And that division, they say they're on the move. So don't be afraid to get things done. Don't be afraid to make the improvements. Get a generator installed. Have things looked at and get them done, because we're going to have a nice long stretch of economic development here, and things are going to be good here. So
yeah, absolutely.
For a long time, they said. So we're good.
So that's a new report that just came out.
New report. Even the mayor was at the South Tampa Chamber of Commerce meeting and said that he'd like to see our skyline go farther than what it is. So. With those big buildings downtown. So they got great hopes for this area, and it's a great place to develop, and people are coming in doing it here. So we're lucky to be in this area, and it's going to prosper for many years to come. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, we sure are. And we talk about the real estate class as a place to invest, and you look at a lot of the geopolitical things happening out there. You look at the Middle East, you look at the Brexit vote, and things happening, and how that affects potentially your retirement plan. And we always talk about the fiduciary, the importance of having a fiduciary working on your side. But if you look at it from an asset class, real estate, you can always come back to real estate and know, number one, that it's an insurable asset. So no matter if it's flood, fire, wind, whatever it might be, you have an insurable asset class. And also from the financing perspective, as far as leverage, where else can you put 3% down say and buy a $500,000 asset. So you put 3% down, basically $15,000. You can now control a $500,000 asset. So think about it from that perspective. Also, when you buy a triplex or a quad, now you've got a property that you can live in one side, rent out the other side. So you've got not only a place to live, a place that's insured, but passive income coming in from your neighbors that are now, paying your mortgage, building up, and you're taking advantage of the appreciation year over year, anywhere from 3 to 5% on the low end, 7 to 8, 10, 12% if you're closer to the beach, or maybe even in a pocket here in South Tampa, Hyde Park area. So, great investment opportunities, great place to live, work, and play here in Tampa Bay. And I want to thank Rob with Generex Generators, Manny Polizzi with Electric Today, and Jerel McCants with McCants Architecture for coming in and dropping these nuggets of advice and this consumer advocate content with our listeners here. So, and we want you to go out there and please consider making a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time, same time and place.